Are you going to throw this on YouTube? Probably. It was interesting how to do it, but watching you manually try to pixel perfect animate something is not winning a BAFTA anytime soon. We did indeed die already. Let's try physical. No, that's the same. I do need the new YouTube command, yes.
There is nothing.
Primordial. This is the same.
Never, ever. Never, ever. And an inordinate amount of time passes. An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A pool of meat surrounding.
Did I notice the comment on my lumberjack video? I did not.
Questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
I want to do something about the X something.
X tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
No, I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people.
Do you really?
Yes, let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating?
Was from Lumberjack Simulator, supposedly?
Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Was it a good comment? Fear and apprehension, you should ask what's out there first. What's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there, in evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it out. It's that large.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And this juking it out I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
Let's go.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, a fiery streak penetrates.
Let's just get back awake. Okay. Now, I'm assuming I could load up my previous save. Well, I guess for this run, one, we should check we can save. And two, we should check we can load. Yeah, that was really early on in the first game we did. All right, so I should probably be saving it more often. Didn't think it would be one where you would die just because you fumbled a perception check. You hear a jingle, keys are clinking in the pocket. Let's get my keys. Let's find the tie. We'll turn the fan off. So this goes up to 92%. That was a mistake. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. Bring it on. Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable. Thanks for playing. We'll be sure to take some notes from this. You got the blank tape. We could never turn that off. What do we need? Our shoe, which was up in the rack. Oh yeah, bottles in the bathtub. Words fail to describe how rank. Oh yeah, the smell. Oh, I don't know if we did the mirror last time, actually. The mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there underneath the soft vapor. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand toward the surface of the mirror... abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you'll see there and you will never unbecome it. I don't care, I hurt myself, it's what I do. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Alright. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. What? What's wrong? Where to even begin? There's the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. At least my tongue is okay. Touch your tongue. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Let's wipe the mirror. Behold. Shit. They're going to partner you like cuisine and the caviar. Seeing a video of someone playing a game completely blind is very good feedback. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Dear Lord, help me. What is this? Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? I'm not making it. The face is making it itself. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. No. Keep making the face. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom, indecipherable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too. In a sad has-been kind of way, there's some charm to it. It's for the ladies. Please promise yourself you're not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens. I promise, lie. You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead, try something. Dig deep into your mind and locate the source of the expression. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. Let the mirror be for now. This is a terrible Joker origin story. Alright. Honestly, I'm kind of glad we died now, so we came back for the mirror. Okay, no, we'll look out. Does this go up because we look out? No. We failed. What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? Why are you even trying to do? I'm assuming we can still go and find our shoe, though, right? Even though we don't know it's out there. Technically. You got yourself a portrait now too? Yes. Having seen late stage alcoholism, that is that. That is a terrible, terrible picture down there. Secret task complete. Find your other shoe. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both conspicuously green and indiscriminately snake skin, reunited on your feet. How do they fit? Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. The smell of the sea makes you feel dizzy. Well, we got two snake skin shoes. Oh, yeah. Also, I see the game is trying to tell me how to pronounce everything. We got the money. Ah, the woman's not here this time. Oh, yes, she is. She's over there.
Hello, officer.
The young woman, right? Yeah. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled. Okay, we got that last time. Am I military? Chief executive officer, right? We didn't do that last time. The young woman shakes her head slowly. Okay, chief technical officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir?
Goddamn right, I'm a policeman and don't you forget it.
Cool, I won't.
No need to be alarmed, I was just getting into character, you know. How did you know I was a police officer? Character.
Okay.
She breathes in the silvery smoke. Whoa, something wants to come out of you. A bit of vomit. Thankfully, you keep it down because your body does not control you. How did you know I'm a police officer?
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Try the expression on her, let you know you want her physically. I mean... I'm incredibly tempted, but... I don't remember being a cop. Could it be because of the drinking? She raises an eyebrow, the cigarette sizzles. Yeah, let's do it. We failed. The words have already left your mouth. I want to have fuck with you. She erupts in laughter, all the fatigue swept from her face. What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. I said I wanted to have sex with you. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said, but she's unable to finish, consumed with laughter. Come on, man. Pretty please, one more time. I said I want to have fuck with you. Goddamn right you did, you crazy asshole, you. She wipes the tears from her eyes. What kind of cop are you? I'm a cop of the apocalypse. Superstar cop, I can no longer deny it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. You're pretty. I'm sorry. I'm the sorry cop. I'm not sure a cop at all. I sure don't remember being one. I think I might have lied. I'm a cop of the apocalypse. Has the time come already? She raises an eyebrow. Yes, we are mere minutes away from the total collapse of reality. Cops walking around with no memory of who they are, saying what I just said. The end can't be more than 2 days away. Yeah. Mere minutes? I should go and prepare then. Thank you, this has been delightful. I hope it does all come crashing down. Otherwise, she extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
That's your pickup line?
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Alright, so we've learned absolutely nothing this time. I like it. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Am I a smoker? Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome, a garoma. You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub. Still smouldering deliciously. But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied and smoke them all. Yes, I should do that. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man, a mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Find smokes and smoke them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses. Alright. We're after some smokes now. This is the weekend edition. Yeah, there's nothing in here, right? Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Smoke. You smoking yet? We'll just go straight to our partner. As you approach, you notice his eyes extend his hand in greeting. On Steve's rumjack, his buzz, shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Invent a name for yourself. I don't really know my name.
Okay then.
He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean that guy, not talk to the man behind the counter? I totally talked to him. No, I haven't. No.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What
At
interviews?
the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body? I don't like dead
Sure.
bodies.
But did you take it down from the tree?
Nope.
So the body is still in the tree.
Yes. This is the first time you detect awareness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree. I'll rip it down. After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable. Delicate goods filled with stinking horrors. Let's get going. If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge? When you don't have a badge? I have it. Oh, there's a moment pausing, continues, obviously relieved. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You'd need to report it on my shortwave, but since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand. We're just lying this time. Man's 820s. Yeah. Mr. Oh, yeah.
Yard, right?
You say these bits.
You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks you realizing he still doesn't know your name. The Harbinger of Ruin. Nothing, I just want to see what happens if I say that. Now I do. The gloaming, I am it.
I have no idea what that means.
I've been to the precipice. I have seen the end. This dustland will be gone soon. It makes no difference if you understand or not.
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are...
Not sick, drunk. There's a difference. Yeah.
I need you to stay calm.
Ish.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant. It sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
Booze won't make them that red.
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
He's auditioning for a
I
play.
didn't imply that. Detective?
Yes.
I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean do I have questions?
Yes. He means, do you have questions for me? Like a police officer would.
Are you the bartender? No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. What's the difference? I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3, get over it. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. Did you kill him? What, are you crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard. The prey drive says. Did you kill him? No, I didn't. You can tell me. You killed him, right? I didn't. He turns to the lieutenant. I don't appreciate this. What is this? Why did you have to kill him? Do I have to answer him in this is this mandatory? The lieutenant sounds motionless, his expression unreadable. Did he hurt you? Is that why? Did you get some kind of sick kick out of killing him? What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone. Anyone? Have you killed someone else then? He ignores you. More. Press on. Push through. Did you kill Sylvie? Fuck you, man. That's enough. You can't tell who the remark is aimed at. You or God. You have not entirely convinced me. He stares angrily at you. That's a real pity. Where exactly is the body? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. How do we get there? Blah, blah, blah. Cavalry. Why did Sylvie go away? She went away because none of your business. She pertains to the coming apocalypse. Does she? Maybe she does. Maybe she pertains to the apocalypse, he snorts. Sylvie is not here because I asked for a number. The dead body out back didn't help either, but it was mostly me. I hope you appreciate that. Did he touch you at a naughty place? The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Mystery solved. Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. I'm a feminist. What? That's right. If there's one thing I know about myself, is that I'm a total raging feminist. You heard me. Do you have a phallus in your ear? I said I'm a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I just wanted to see the look on your face. You heard me. Is that so? Inexplicable feminist agenda. Mr. Feminist. He catches the rest before it leaves his mouth, probably thinking it's best not to say anything. You just got a fort. Click on the fort cabinet button below to explore it further. Something stirs new, something interdisciplinary. It is newly formed reaction to the tyrannical gender roles around you or something you've always had. One thing is for sure, you're not a mild feminist. Oh no, these are incendiary thoughts aimed at undermining the very pillars of society. Could you fashion them as some sort of weapon, perhaps? A first strike weapon to decapitate the XY chromosome hegemony? +2 authority against men. Alright. That's all. Let's go. Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. Slip away unnoticed. Ah, goddammit. I think we may have just died already. One moment you're running like the wind, then you're suddenly turned around and you're giving the finger furiously with both hands. Why? The lady in the wheelchair is right behind me, isn't she? Why did I do this? Why did I have to use both my hands to flip him off? Why both? Fuck you, asshole! Watch out! Oh, I think we died again. Everything goes dark.
Back so soon.
I had an accident so worth it. It did not need to happen. I gave no such command to my body. I had an accident.
It was no accident. Those were disco moves from your spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mystery.
Wow, there's more of you hidden. I'm so cool. I don't know, that just comes off as a lazy effort at reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk.
If it comes off like that, it's because it is. And you are.
How's it going out there? Are the tiny apes screaming about money yet?
I think the tiny apes have started screaming, yes. Lena, the cryptologist's wife. Did one of these tiny apes have a pale green face? An old woman appears out of the blackness? Yes. It's a joke, sweetie. I didn't actually think you saw the kind green ape of TN in a hostel in Martinez. That would be ridiculous. Are you okay? No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you've strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move. No, are you okay? I'm not very okay. Ma'am, are you alright? Oh, I'm fine. He just tripped over my chair. Check on him. She looks at you with concern. Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The man seemed shaken by the incident. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights in the broken window, though. That's 100 square. With your back against the cold mosaic floor, you feel the pain recede. You just need to get up and dust yourself off. Cool. Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. He points upstairs towards your room. Now, for God's sake, watch out for yourself. Oh, all right. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank in the place. Sure isn't it? Do I even have one? South, maybe? You don't really know, do you? Vague blanket image. Could I trace my way back home? You can try run some addresses in your head when you get time. Maybe a street or apartment will appear. Doors open at 4.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's sweetie? Does that mean you like me? Jesus Christ.
You are a handsome man, officer, with your moustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself.
Oh, dear.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. I don't know, but we're flirting with an old lady now. This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. You seem to be in a chair. How'd you like to roll with me? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Are you okay? I'm very sorry I crashed into you earlier. I don't know what got into me. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Oh, I'm so tempted to... Yeah, fuck it. Her expression becomes very serious. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck? You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw, somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you. I was hoping you could be my sponsor. What is a paycheck? I haven't seen any paychecks. Tug on her heartstrings? I was hoping you'd be my sponsor. Oh, I'm sure you would like a wonderful gigolo, dear, with those strong arms of yours, but welfare checks aren't all they're cracked up to be. My husband and I are barely scraping by. She's not really lusting after those biceps, man. It's more like an appraisal you give to a healthy specimen. What is a paycheck? I haven't seen any paychecks. You must be joking, he pauses, reflecting. Although a pay does sometimes feel like a joke. It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Evart, the union leader. Interesting idea. This Evart sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket. I mean, we're going to fail. Oh, no, we didn't. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear. It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I'm at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me. Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but she unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm. I can give you this to pawn just to tide you over. Wonderful, the lieutenant mocks drolly. He has a pin. The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, St. Baptiste Summer 31 Dinghy Races. You could totally sell this pin for cash. This will help me out, thanks. She smiles at you. You're quite welcome, dear. You seem to be... How would you like to roll with me? Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Roll us some cigarettes. I'm jonesing for a smoke. Nothing. I was thinking of the lyrics to a song. Want to roll with me? Become my wheelchair partner in fighting crime. Sequence killers? Oh my. She sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. Kim, of course, I forgot I had you. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural. You're probably right, Kim. It seems to me that you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law, someone you can lean on, And sweetie, you are looking unsteady. I'm sorry I crashed into you earlier. Oh, I'm perfectly alright. I'm more worried about you. What was that? Yeah, the cafeteria manager was a bad man, a man without honor or compassion. It was like my body had a will of its own. I was running, my torso turned, my hands made this lewd gesture. I'm sorry you had to witness it. Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured. About your pin. I just wanted to thank you again. See ya. This game is strange and I kind of like it. What's it like to watch though, chat? I guess is the real question. Man is sleeping. Yeah, he's the dot worker. Colourful piece of plastic dangling from his carabiner. Oh, we are... Oh no, we can wake him up. Can we steal it? Let's try and steal it. Success. Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID in a leather-bound pocketbook. And the man? The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. Steal the document. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Swipe through the pocketbook and take what's inside. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice and greasy. Yum yum, money. Think of all the things you can buy with this. The synapses in your brain fire with glee. The sleeping dot worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. Lieutenant, who is this? No idea. Looks like he works for the Wild Pines. This is the company who owns and operates the harbour. It is very strange. It's not really my thing, but I don't mind it being on in the background. But why is he sleeping during the day? Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbour. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping. Pick up the pills. You've just been... Yeah. And then we're going to leave. We're not going to wake him up. I don't want him to know we stole stuff. We're not going to lick the rum this time. The sugary black rum staying on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how super sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Not now. Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet savory rum and lemonade with a twist of lemon, maybe lime? Maybe who cares? Just rum. Finished thought. And welcome back, Giggles. I hope your errands went well. Don't be afraid to say weird things. I've said many weird things. Did I not pick up the heels? I thought I did. All around, rain fills a great city. Rain drips from the eaves and floods gutters, washing the filth away. The spring fall must be here. The snow is melting. What am I doing? Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. What do I see? Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. How does it feel? Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Motherfucker. This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a frit to the east. They sell them there. Alrighty. Why didn't you lick it? You got them done fast. Am I supposed to lick you right, Duck? Because we licked it last time before we died really early on. Now let's go check the... hang on, gloves. You give us gloves for the corpse. Well, you did last time.
What? Of
I have
course.
some questions for you.
What can I help you with?
Who are you exactly? You're just a gardener. What are you doing here? You're working. Working on what? I have a greenhouse in the yard there. She hisses over her shoulder. I've been trying to get some work done. But... well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. Don't worry, miss. We're here to clean it up. You can get to work soon. Thank you, she smiles politely. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Salts? Ammonium salts? Perhaps useful for later. We need directions. Where's the corpse? What is up in the north? There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment building, some more tenements, not a lot really. What's in the east? The harbour gate, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. Fritz store, what's in the south? Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken. I think some kind of accident probably. What's on the other side of the canal? Just coast. There's a little fishing village there and a fish market, but that got closed down ages ago. Rows of stalls under a broad roof where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church. What kind of fish market is this? I don't know. The abandoned kind. It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts. What's in the west? It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. Okay, I have to run. Of course, I won't hold you back. Gives you the gloves. Can I borrow your gloves? Really none. Maybe just a tiny bit of annoyance. We stole the gloves. Let's not talk to the racist right now. We got better things to do. Why are we licking things? That sounds dangerous. We did lick the rum last time. Yellow roses, dozens of them, tulips too. This is the radio. We will talk to you.
Welcome to Fripp. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
I hate you. What's that magazine she's reading? What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover boasting a colourful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got like famous people in it. It's not for sale.
It was rum. The alcohol killed anything. Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode featured on page 44. This speaks to you, stupid famous people. I approve of this. Very futuristic. Tap on the girls kissing. Forget all about that. What this is? Fashion police feature? Oh, what is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the numero uno guy in there right now? And does he look like this? Point at yourself. Point to a hat. I bet your hat would take the prize. All right. A lazy eye scan up and down your body, assessing the situation.
No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Kim looks at me and explains, we're the real police. What is a frit?
Frit?
And why is it written with 3
I
T's?
think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chews on her gum with disgust. It doesn't. Let's proceed. I have some questions.
Okay, I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She puts down a magazine. Can you tell me anything about the dead body? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Did you know the man who died? Not really. Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little? No, I didn't know him at all. What do you think happened? I don't know. No need to worry. The intense voice is soothing and professional. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know. Let us now? Okay? Let us know. Okay. Okay. How long has it been there? I don't know. Really long. Thank you for your help. She brushes a strand of hair off her face and tries to return to her magazine. Knick-knack stand. You see several packaged raincoats full of low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent except for the big Frit slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take on notice. No need to worry about knocking over a display. We can buy a raincoat. Yeah, we can't. We'll just buy the raincoat. Here you go. The cloak removes the garment from the lower shelf and hands it over. This will keep you nice and warm out there. Good choice if a bit goofy looking. What's over here? Where's the disco? A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the St. Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Dorifamine, Magnesium, and Hypergamma. Alright. Maybe we can get a free Nosafed from the place we started, actually. Trying to move things a little bit along, like a little bit quicker, seeing as we know a little bit of what happened. Because we've died already. Is this funky looking thing? Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off. Open the door. In the cabin, you're welcomed by a set of steering levers. Oh, this is the police car. Radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A sensor lever working heavy fuel oils washes over you. Pull out the pull-out toolbox. The metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organised. Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools like some men are. He's clearly a little protective of his tools, but what can you do? Work is work. Take the pry bar. Cold and heavy like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more. Take the chain cutters. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks and ropes, especially belts. And take the flashlight. It's robust, weatherproof and well made. Please issue blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts warm glow in the steering levers and the radiator on its hook. Run your fingers over one of the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labelled heat. This is a detective game, yes. There's no use pressing the heat button, he says and jingles his keys. It won't start without the ignition key. Alternate translation, don't even think you can drive my MC. Pick up the radio. The frequency tableau lights up and a green button labelled prime line glows like a feline eye, and then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Oh, you're speaking to Nightbring on Discord? Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static, so yes. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times. Come in, dispatch. Come in, dispatch. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker copy. Hi, Alice. This is the officer of the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. This is Officer Alice Dimitri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? A voice replies on the radio. Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is. Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I need to connect me to a civilian. Ignore Alice and press the button labelled save. Where's Sylvie? Of course, what is the number, officer? Kim, didn't they give you the number? Yes, hold on. The lieutenant is looking at notes. Her number is 00519444298. Received. Hold on, officer. ... Start slapping a marching rhythm on your thighs. Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone. ... Officer, she finally returns. I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Sylvie, yes, hello. A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about the last Sylvie. I believe we met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags. Oh, right. She recognized your voice almost immediately. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask it out. No question about it. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why? You mean, why did I leave the bar? You can hear her tense up on the other side. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work? Maybe, I don't know. She seems to relax a little bit. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Was it you who called the police? No, not me. Do you know who made that call? No, sorry, I don't. She clears her throat. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone or the one on the coast. It was someone else. The lieutenant makes a note. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while. Didn't the courts behind your workplace bother you? What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse. What does this union have to do with anything? I meant ask, you should have called the police. No one calls the police. You can hear her adjust the receiver on her hand. The union would get angry. What do you mean by that? You know, she seems to be looking for words. What the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. Can't escape. Wait, Kim, lower your microphone. Is she speaking truth? The union is the law around here? Legally, no. In reality, yes. He looks around. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union. Looks like there's a limit to my authority then. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? Yeah. I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. What others? The other people who live around here, local people, I didn't want trouble. What trouble? You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. You hear static, her chin rub against the receiver, then please, I just didn't want any trouble. Don't worry about it. I understand. You do? She sounds relieved. What else can I do for you? Next question. Do you want to grab a coffee with me sometime? No, absolutely not. That came so fast you can't but wonder what else would she be good at. Wow. Yes, what would she be good at? Baseball, ring a bell, quiz shows, catching keys in the air, petting an angry cat. Hang on, everything I need, thanks. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye. She's ready to hang up. Why does she seem so angry with you? Success. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything. I'm not mad, it's just the static sighs again. You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the squaw thing happened. It just made me want to quit. What squaw thing? The stuffed bird, the great squaw. You threw it against the wall while screaming, fuck that bird, and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Bitch bird got what was coming to her. Why do I always end up screwing everything up? It was a pretty bird. There since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We called her Scotty. So you're telling me I was the one who made you want to quit? Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen, and I've seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, she pauses. Go on, I want to know what I did. Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things, like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening on repeat. No more, I hate it now. Hold on, which song? We Go On by the OO, she sighs. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. Sorry about the song. To hell with that song. Then there was your room, your project, an experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. I'm sorry. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you're waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. Jesus Christ. Wait, police documents? The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet. What happened to them? Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Resentment gives way to concern in her voice. She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad. Then she remembers it's you. Especially when there's a hurricane loose, it's your fault for losing them, not mine. Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away. Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. I'm truly sorry. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow. You're the worst tavern wench I've ever seen. Just loosen up a little. Did you ever party? I'm sorry. But I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again and let's pretend it never happened. But when I spoke to Gart, it seemed like he thought you left because of him. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Gart. I really do. Didn't he cross the line when he asked you out? No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing with the corpse and all that. There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side, the telephone cord coiled around her index. I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place, so I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe. I can tell him. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or anything. Alright, thanks for talking to me. Take care. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks, then the already familiar voice. Anything else I can help you with, officer? I'm done with the radio for now. 57th over and out. In the cabin. Bye. No. I mean, you're clearly the same bot, so I don't know why you came in at the same time. But, alright. So you've been monitoring... Oh, we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Wait, there are Copo types? Yes. Guess what's yours? Cool cop, some kind of weapon cop. Sorry cop, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry cop. Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorry, yes, let's make it official then, shall we? Okay, but what are the other Copo types? I'm sorry, opt in. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info, or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent, a fanatic cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Macedonian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows, you might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Alrighty. Yeah, they're bots. That's the closed door. They only said the one thing and left. I'll ban them after the stream. As long as they're not spamming stuff.
Can I help you?
I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard I think I need to talk about. I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you. Wait, what? He looks surprised. But what about the bird? The bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor of a broken wing the morning she left. She said it was just an accident. Why didn't you just tell me that? I don't care about stuffed birds. I care about my employees. He stumbles with words, shaking his head. Alright, he calms himself. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? He repeats. Did you say anything about me? She said she was flattered. It was just a bad timing. She said you're nice. Yeah. Really? The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter. I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. He gives you a short nod. Was there anything else you wanted, or... hand-eye coordination. We were sort of hoping there would be a gun, an expensive jewel, or at least a sword in it for you if you deliver the message. Oh, well. Not quite yet, but at least we're on better... Hey, thank you, Owen. Distillery is such a nice name. Probably a hacked account. I feel like you can dig around. I'm really enjoying this game. I don't know if it's one we'll play on stream or not. It depends how people take to it, I guess. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. All right, so we've put a couple together. I believe we also have a skill point now. Can I do like a new save, or do I only have the one? Oh, hang on. Do I only have 4? No, this is a new save. There we go. Distillery is from 2012. Ah, shit. I'd watch it, but I can see why people wouldn't enjoy watching it. Yeah, I'm very much the same. I also understand why people wouldn't enjoy playing it. I understand why it got mixed reviews. Oh, how do we do skill points? Oh, we level up in hand-eye coordination. Ready, aim, and fire. Well, was that just the one I happened to have on at the time? I think that's just the one I had on at the time. Ah, it's fine. This is our inventory. That's our log. All right. Still looking for some smokes. I'm enjoying your commentary more than the game. This is the kind of game that if you're going to stream it needs commentary, I think. So I still don't think we're going to be... Oh, we got to deal with this little shit kid again. Can I just punch him this time, or do we just ignore him? Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Yes, yes he does. This kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. Hey, you little shit.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
What does that even mean? Take one
Looks
step
like it's time
closer.
to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
It's funny you reading out the dialogue. She means it. The fear is real. I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
You there, behind the
Don't wanna
fence.
fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence. The letter R wears a crown on the ribbon below, a light above descending. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to pass this check. The corpse looks you. You seem to be holding your breath. Right, look down. No. Why is it so bad? Active decay. Yeah. He's about to blow. The corpse is going to blow chunks. Let's see what we can find over here. Someone is trying to grow herbs in the greenhouse, but we know who that is. That's the gardener. What's in the box? Money and magnesium. Oh, we could try and sell the pin, although we haven't found a pawn shop yet. Equip this to open lock containers in the world. Equip these to open lock containers in the world. To discover secret places and shady areas. The ladder's gonna break, which is why I didn't bother climbing it. Are we gonna pass it this time? Yes. Pull the panels aside. There's our secret door. There it is. You see a shabby little door. What is this then? A tool shed? He peeks inside. Let's investigate. Now this stuff is the other side of the wall. Yes, yes. Don't forget to save. I know. You can sleep after 9 sleep heals. Don't take the drugs. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. I swear I was thinking about justice. Let's just do this. Tells us about the ladder. What was this posted? Did we look at this? The post says get out of the way or get picked up. Yes, we did. There's the big heads. Miss B just got a survey about third-party car sites. An empty tube. Oh, right. Yeah, that's the magnesium stuff. We go up the ladder. Police work is tough. Take breaks. Talk to strangers. Explore. That's the question. Which third-party automotive website do you most associate with gaming? None of them? Are we stuck? No, I want to go up here. There we go. None wasn't an option. So we know we can get up here to look at the jacket. Let's explore down here first. This doorway is going to collapse soon. Yes, we know that. Restoration pillars keeping this place together. There's a bucket here. Postcard. Alright, we've got a postcard now. Nothing else down here. Stupid questions get stupid answers. That is true. I won't be surprised when Pornhub allows for game streaming. Pornhub already does. I didn't auto-save that time. Looks like someone left his opponent cloak hanging on the railing here. And the wind ruffles the cloak, blah, blah, blah. You son of a gun, it's a cop's cloak. Yes, it's probably yours. Da, 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 da. 42% chance. That's even worse than last time, right? Not right now. Alright, so I need to find something so we're not going to bath. Maybe we should just bath with the corpse so I can remember what it is we need to get. Yeah, that did nothing. I was expecting as such. You'll be the first partnered Pornhub streamer. And Pornhub does do some kind of money sharing thing, but I honestly have no idea how it works. I've never looked that much into it. We will take the cash. We're still nowhere near 100 though. We can't get into this shed, right? I do not see this going. Oh my god, we did it. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Do they always do that? Video after 7 days, yes, with deep in decomposition here. Step closer. The man before you is naked but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. Inspect the boots. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. What kind of boots are these? They're armor, not boots. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons. Okay, then what kind of armor is this? Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide most likely. This is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel, fair weather. He turns the boot slightly. Fair weather model T500/VE. I'm guessing that's virtuous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The material looks out of place here. It is. It's expensive. The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. At that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much are we talking about? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. Ka-ching, baby! Not to the boots. By ka-ching, do you mean he tilts his head? Let's not log them as evidence. Let's steal them? No, that's not what I mean. Of course, he nods. Lieutenant nods often. Is part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter. What happened to the rest of it? The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods towards the red-haired boy, eyeing you suspiciously. Maybe he'll know something. If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil. Why does my mortal coil need protecting? Yes, bullets will fly. They always do, and the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell or resist death. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor. No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. The ass man cheeks join me? Oh, you want the ass man cheeks. Then where are these clothes? Have you seen any around? Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red-haired thing. I hear you talking about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face, the boy shrieks at the top of his lungs. Fuck you, Kuno. What if they told him to strip before they hung him? To demean him? They usually hang them completely naked for that. The pewter marriage, the master, the bestimaries, and the like. This one still has his underpants. What, are you trying to ignore me now? Fuck face. Kuno, this boot shit is super boring and the guy's a total vitupaz. How could this man afford such expensive hardware? That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbour company, but that's just hearsay. Heresy. Too many people say heresy. Fuck you, Marble Cake. Goddamn Marble Cake. Initial report? Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same. These look pretty advanced for a security guard. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Knock on the boot. A small bell-like sound fills the air like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch. Sounds fragile. It's anything but. The material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. He points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are 100 of them all together. Pull the boot off. The stench fills your nostrils as you push downward. An ominous creaking sound comes from above. Uh-oh. Stop! The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm. He's going to pull his head off. Brutal. Oh, this is a bad idea. Let go of the boot. What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno? I don't know, baby. Kuno shrugs. I don't know why he's such a fig. Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by pulling on the deceased's foot? Back off and look at the corpse. Inspect the belt. You died for the greater cause. Heresy, the less famous brother of Morrissey. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the first within you. What was that? A word? Vermilion. In yellow letters along the length of the twisting cargo belt, only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits. Lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery. This is a bad time for a drink, right? Extremely. What kind of rope is this? Industrial strength, the kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Like in a harbour? Yes, it looks like they use whatever on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. We're assuming dock workers from the harbour did it. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life. Certainly not a briefing. Yeah. Then you should ask me the first moment we get. They sure wanted to stay here. The polyester seems strong. That's what you get for showing off gills. It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. He rises to inspect the noose. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting them down much more problematic than I had assumed. How did they even get them up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way round. He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. He makes a pulling motion. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there. Inspect the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. From the right shoulder to the solar plexus, each time they interact, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. Is this a map of the night sky? A map of the stars? He turns around to breathe before inspecting it closer. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messenian maybe, but this seems more particular, customized somehow. As if someone left out of most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice, the principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates and you feel as though you are only half right. I'm missing something here. So am I. A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium foil from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera. Even though he deserved it. Let the lieutenant work. Shit, Kuno, what the fuck is that? An instant color camera. He produces 2 metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. I only have 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, then... A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of colour pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, a colour-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. Cool machine. Yes, he slides the camera closed and tucks it away in his belt. It is pretty cool, isn't it? There's only 1 ampoule left. Use it wisely. It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell. Sure, just don't lose it. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Is piece of cake actually American? No. The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colourful as chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. Look him in the eye. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Tell me, who are you, dead man? Ah, we failed. The corpse is dead silent and you have no idea why you just said that. Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50 with an athletic build. Squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Observe. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue, his fatted hands, thighs and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it? How should I know why you're squinting, officer? Squint harder. His face and hands are pink, thighs too, the rest is greenish. Oh, he sorts. You're trying to assess lividity. Relax your eyes. This feels a little like D&D. A little bit. It's definitely a role-playing game mixing with a detective game. It's my kind of game. The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of colour, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot. So, what do you think? I think he's dead. Something is coming out of him. He's beaten up. See the bruises? I do. Most of them are post-mortem, maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport. Stop talking in riddles, coin slot. Wow. He means you fucked him up good, Kuno, the gill yells. Fucked him up brutal-like. Something is coming out of him. A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purged liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death. The fuck he saying? The figot's talking about shit. We got lucky. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Maybe. He doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. I think he's dead. I agree. Totally. Absolutely. What do you think? I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood is gathered in his hands and feet and his neck. He points to his fattened chin. The noose acted like a talkinette, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with a hanging. That's what I think. Could it still be he was moved after death? There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. Right, back off and catch your breath. So how do we get him down? He stops to think and checks his notes. Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of the things once he's down. We've been thorough. Do you have a plan for getting him down? The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And if we do, there's a question of cutting it. We could saw off the branch. Maybe we could shoot him down. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbour. Can someone else do it? Someone else, he pauses. You mean like the police? You have a point there. Sadly, yes, the whole RCM is out there right now doing the exact same thing we are. We are in a rush to help them, not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you the others won't come to help, and we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get them down fast. We could saw off the branch. Climb up there and saw the branch. Yes, either one of us could do it. We could use the kid's ladder on the side of the tree. I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks, and I don't see another good way up there. He looks around at you. Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this. Yeah, seems dangerous. There has to be a less risky way with less falling down off trees. Maybe we could shoot him down? Yeah! The enthusiasm is unrestrained. Bang bang time, pig. Shoot his head off. The lieutenant remains unaffected. How? I don't know. Just, you know, shoot up there maybe? Yes. He creates his glasses. The buckle where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then there might be a small chance to release the belt. Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit. They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? Actually, don't. It's a bad idea written all over it. Say nothing, let him choose. Silence with his elbow sharp. The Lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Securing it in place, he then steps back and assumes the fellow's test position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger. Shoot the motherfucker down. Say nothing. He's gonna fucking miss. Oh, he missed. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it. Hand-eye coordination. A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The foul twist was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he could not trust his eyesight. Fucking idiot. Malcuppa asshole. I don't know what that means. What am I saying? Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? It's okay, man. Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the binoclad. The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand. Try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favours with that. Okay, what now? After it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. You know, if you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself, I can try to shoot him down myself. As bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. He pauses and shrugs. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim. I'm going to need your gun for this. They only got one gun? Oops. This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen. Officer, why do we only have one gun? He asks, carefully loading his pistolet. Say nothing. Kim follows suit. He finishes loading his gun in silence and hands it to you. dickhead. Yeah, take it, you fucking Bunny Pokka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth. Feel the weight first. The cold piece of bakelite gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth. Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. Point the gun at the belt. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm. Why don't you just shoot yourself in your figure mouth, she hisses. At least you won't miss. 72%? Let's do it. Haha, success. Banana Boy, that's an interesting one. The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slumped down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you. Looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself. Who killed you? The hangman, communism. It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench. You've been policed. Who's laughing now, you little shit? Ace is high. Lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it. Slap it. Lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point. I knew these guys were... His voice is deeply approving. What now? We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death, but before, excuse me, he needs to turn away from the corpse. Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The force seems to have released something deep inside it. The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy. Alright, give him back his gun. In the meanwhile, we should try to interview Yvette Claire, the leader of the union. Harbour property was clearly used in the hanging. He points to the belt. The harbour just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Everett. You could ask the gardener for directions. Is this the famous list of initial interviews? Yes, he nods slowly, and those were the interviewees. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's do a save. We still don't have the money to spend the night in the hostel. So, the guy we need to talk to is the guy who's asleep in the bar. There are bottles inside. You can pick them up if you had a bag. Oh yeah, we didn't get the hint about the bag, and I didn't listen to it last time either. Mail collection box. This post-Lee Aventurer mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A close inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads RCM Emergencies Desk number 81002 with a slogan, Mankind be vigilant. Good mail delivery box. Pat the box. Ah, use a good mailbox. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the cunt, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. I feel you, mail collection box. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow. And then suddenly you see it over all the other graffitos someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revocol forever. Look, Jenny shouldn't give out her number to everybody if she doesn't want it. Some great something. Great detecting force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. The lieutenant looks down the street. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kazuri is gone. Okay. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. These are all interesting facts. But Jenny, I got your number. Plastic wrap macaronis stamped with humanitarian aid. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. Final clothes. There are clothes inside, cheap secondhand clothes smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
I mean, I do want to play dress up. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blend to make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money. Economical but also trendy, the street vendor shouts, look first hand, buy second hand, keep the economy moving. Find something worthy of salvaging from the pile of rags. Ah, we failed. No good, or you can come up with some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist. Touch them. They itch like hell, like an itch pit in hell. The itch is so bad you want to smash someone's face in. All natural materials. See, the street vendor interrupts, guiding your hand over the fabric. Real wool, 100% skin friendly, and they're yours for only 2 real. No. Vinny is default now? Uh-oh. This says food gift from the people of Messina. You see a samurai street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. I'm so confused by the fact they use the U as an English spelling, but they're using the Z rather than the S. The name Sealing is embroidered over his breast pocket. Sounds like selling.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
You can take it. Who did Rhino just beat in a fight? Ah, Rogu. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout a brewing. Whip him out.
Don't shoot, officer. Have we got an arrest here or just a shakedown?
A shakedown.
Good one, officer. You're a funny guy. Now, what can I do for you?
He nods towards his shabby wares. This isn't a joke. Give me your money. I need money. Just kidding. I'm really here to shake you down for some answers to official police questions.
Fire away, officer.
What kind of stuff he's selling here? The food packages he's selling have humanitarian aid written on them. How come? Where are you from? Can't really persuade him. All right, let's do this one first. You mean these delicious prepackaged shelf-stable meal kits? Real easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too? Buy some, try them out. I think one said not for resale on the packaging. No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy. And who is your supplier exactly? Oh, he's a good guy. I think you get along. I'll let you know the next time he's around. Interesting. The lieutenant whips out his blue notebook and makes a note. Where are you from? Me, it's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now, all revocol. But you're not local, are you? Very sharp, officer. I'm Syriese from the Seaguy province of the Syriese Empire. The apricot Susan Aranity, you know? Apricots are delicious. The apricot, the lieutenant explains, is what the Seaguy apecalate. Oh, God. Can't say that word. It's commonly known. He pauses. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand. No, apricots come from Seagay. The vendor explains, my grandpa used to grow them, but Seagay is a shithole. That's why I came to Revocol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur, less laws. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandpa, you know, grandma even. What are you selling? Only the coolest goods. I got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here, no shame, only freedom. Where'd you get those comfy pants? I'm an entrepreneur, officer. He begins. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Do you have a permit to sell all that? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around. He takes a deep breath. You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds, and the dust-choked air. It's beautiful, beautiful freedom. No permits means less work for me. Kim, is it true he doesn't need a permit to sell? It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it. That's right, no permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool. Wait, but what are we doing here? If there are no permits, look at Kim and the police insignia on his sleeve. If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we're here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm not, however. My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gotham estate. This is cool. I'm part of a hip, thin, almost non-existent state apparatus. So cool guys protect businessmen while everyone else lives in the ruins. I can make all the things. Be a foreigner, protecting blah, 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 protecting the state. No permit, then cool. Is there a discount for cool officers like me? No need for discounts. Everything's already on sale. He knows what creates anything you want, 50% off. Alrighty. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he's got some of the dead body's clothing in there, but... A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Oh, this is you telling me I can't go any further. All right. What time is it? 11:47? Also, what time is it in real life? 6? All right, we'll have to think about wrapping up in a little bit, chat. There's some fingerless gloves. Roy's pawn shop, fast cash for faster times. Oh, we have something we can pawn. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Some kind of machine and antique cash register. A bust of a woman, the plaque simply says, die. In the dark, a film projector is whirling away. In next stand, you see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Well, we'll do this. Big men on big horses clad in lamellar armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye. Who are they? Franco-Nigerian knight. He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light. I used to be very serious about these guys. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets. What exactly are these? Which ones? The man peers from his glass box. Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tool sticks. Are these even soldiers? You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? The man behind the glass answers, yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. And to give people hope, even we can do it. Maybe. See if we can dig something up. What is this? Oh, why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse. A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Faun. Oh, that's the headless Faun rider. Who? The headless Faun rider is an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revocol sporting a Faun tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated figurine. 50 cents, bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Sure. Did I mention this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you. He grins. Let's go talk to the guy.
It's not often that
whoever wrote the text for this deserves a few BAFTAs. Oh, the whole game is about the talking, yeah. Bird's Nest Roy. It's not often that I see Officer DRGM in my pawn shop. The man that can turn to you slowly. His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop. Now that the Elysium is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't really had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about the inconsistent law enforcement.
Okay.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored.
Okay.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection indeed. Typical Vanquist consumerist objects. Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others.
It keeps me entertained.
No combat or anything from what I've heard. His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you. He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling, some kind of drug maybe. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? There's something I'd like to sell. I'd like to sell my clothes. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse. I have a pin. He studies the pin carefully, rolling it around, blah, blah. What a pleasant time that was. So what do you want? Price, I can give you $3.20 for it. Okay, we can hold on to it a few days. Blah, blah, blah. That's a rip-off. A pin from 31 ought to be priced at $3.10, but I added another 10 cents just to be nice. That's all I want to know about the pin, thanks. I'd like to sell my clothes. See if we can see if he's high. Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Faradilon. Faholidon? It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness is a psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow. Is it just me or is it really warm in here? Step closer, sir. Could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. Get straight to the point. So where does a man get Faradilon these days? Is it warm in here? He tilts his head. I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence, sir. No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads before I lost my memory. Chill out, man. I'm a chill out cop who just wants to something you're having. I didn't mean to offend. It's pretty obvious you're under the influence. Around. It's just something since the People's Pile disaster. He coughs as if to mark his words. Mobile is doing something really weird. It's showing the same messages twice. Interesting. I suppose the emergency relief brigade had to take it for radiation sickness. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of. He pointed at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket. We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, trying to help fire brigades contain the spill. On the patch, gamma radiation lines cross with a red drop of blood. Tough son of a gun, this one. Respect. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. He hesitates. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, or why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths, cancer mostly, and we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it that the generator failed? No one's, everyone's. He sighs and shakes his head. So much bitterness. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? How did you end up running a pawn shop? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later my second aunt died, left me the shack and the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me, don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear power meltdown. I'm going to get as far from Farburg as I can. Still in the same city, but he shrugs. People's Pit, what's that? A bad idea. Some poor leftists built a particle decay generator and hope to bring affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too. Thank you for telling me. He shrugs. I like theory more than story. Outward movement, not. Yeah, you got to get in on those. But We don't want any drugs. You might be able to aid our investigation. I doubt it, but I can try to answer any questions you may have. Know anything about the recent hanging? I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone. No one likes to see what you have to see every day. Know anything about the Wild Pines representative that's in town? He looks off to the side and down at his hands. Can't say I'm a huge admirer of Wild Pines, and I certainly wouldn't trust any silver-tongued spokesperson of theirs. Fortunately, I have no reason to get involved. Wait, what have you met the Wild Pines rep? No, just people like that make everyone else see the world somewhat askew at an angle that is convenient for them. Now, you have more questions, or are we ever had dealings with Claire? He's been by the shop a couple of times. He gives a lazy half shrug. There was something awfully deliberate about that laziness. Getting your stream set up so you leave like, hey, cheers, Vinny. Have a good one. Now that I close and reopen, it's back to normal. Oh, you left it out for a second, didn't close it. That might be it. Yep. Realistic is this game? I mean, it's a fantasy RPG adventure, so I wouldn't say hugely realistic. It's good, though. Why do I feel you don't want to talk about him? Are you hiding something? Did he discuss union business? Did he buy anything? Did he buy anything? He purchased a remarkably garish paperweight the first time he was here. Nothing the second. He discussed union business with you? He tried, wanted to come to some mutually beneficial arrangement around my dealings with the dock workers. I politely declined to hear him out. So you don't know what kind of arrangement he was talking about. The lieutenant studies the pawnbrokers suspiciously. As I said, I refused to talk to him. That's why he came back a second time. That's also why he hasn't come back a third. Why do I feel like you're hiding something? They weren't the most pleasant interactions. Small town bigwigs always want everyone to play a part in the play they're staging. That's so true. But I bowed out at some point. I prefer to watch from afar while the bigwigs come and go. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by cops? Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back. What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one feet to another. Alert. I sold you my gun? You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. He hesitates. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the revocable citizens militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, the unhealthy kind. Was the buyer a policeman too? She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying. Right, so let me get this right. The lieutenant turns to you. You sold your sidearm issued by the citizen militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martiniers with it. There's only one explanation. She must be one of my rabid fans. Maybe she's a vigilante. I don't like it over, but she intends to commit a crime and blame it. I'm sorry I sold my gun. Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation. Any idea where I can find this buyer? My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You just have to hope you luck upon her somehow. At least I now know how I lost my sidearm. Of course. Thanks for the review. Alright, well at least we learned what happened to our gun. So that's something, I guess. It's not a good something, but it's something. Waterlock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 AM. That's very specific about when it's going to be back in order. What is this? Waterlock control panel. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaritan butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Okay. Who are you? Man on waterlock. G'day to you, officers. A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed despite his powerful build and the knife in his hand. This man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all. Do you know what caused this wreckage? Yeah, I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tyre tracks on that sign. Weird, her. Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Do you know what's further down the coast? Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Thinks for a moment. Yeah, not really much else, just bombed out ruins. Can I have some of that salami? Sure thing. He cuts off a slice of salami. It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty. Want some too, officer? He turns to the lieutenant. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. Why not? He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Alright, bye. Alright, so this is where the car was, which we haven't actually found out about in this playthrough. Which may be why we couldn't ask many questions about it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. He did like some kind of Fast and Furious jump. I think they did. I like it. Who are you? And how would one get to you? Annette.
The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. What is a book? What is a postcard? What's a board game?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
Is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
What's a board game?
Are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interesting.
Anything else you'd like to know?
It's okay if I ask you some questions.
I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mom, her name is Pleasant. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. And you're standing out here in the cold because I'm signaling that the store is open. She nods eagerly, otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Pat her head. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. We patted her head. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. She smiles and stands upright like a little soldier. What is this crime business? Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. Why would anyone want to read about crime? Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. I'm a policeman myself, by the way. You don't look much like a policeman. She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. What does a cop look like then? Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry. Sir, it's just you didn't look like Dick Mullen. She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy, then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the pictures. That's just stupid fancy of man. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your point to your head. Look at that guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. Yeah. Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real. That's right. A real failure. Overshadowed by a fake man. That's harsh. I don't really want to deal with this. It's too much. Overshadowed by a fake man. She looks at you with sympathy. Cheer up, sir. It's much easier being a fictional character. He doesn't have to deal with real things. Maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. His smile is warm and consoling, unlike the imperial image of Dick Mullen, like in the books. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. I doubt we are, but we'll try it. Ah! You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently. I'm a detective. I deduce that you are a girl. I deduce that you are very small. You're a girl. Come on, anyone will notice that. She rolls her eyes. Who are these famous people? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. She scratches her cold reddened cheek, then continues. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. Can I become famous by reading one of those books? I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous. It's not what it... It's not all it's cracked up to be. They're all dorks. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks. Her next expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything. Only losers waste their time with that garbage. Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say? Maybe. She gives you a quizzical look, not understanding the reasoning behind your odd outbursts. What is romance? It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. What about a poor man getting a rich lady? It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. I see. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. What about when both of the men are bad? What about when everyone is poor? What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb. No, I don't know. She looks at you with puzzlement. You can take this, blossom like a pain flower. Yeah, and it drags on for years and years with no resolution in sight. The girl is at a loss for words. Each of you filling with resentment and bitterness for having ruined each other's lives. She shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and uncomfortable. Each of you tearing at the other's innards, leaving a gaping emptiness, a vacuum heart that still hurts ceaselessly. I'm sorry, sir, I don't know how to help you. I don't need help. I need a real book that tells it how it is, not this drivel. Why can't you help me? I'm beyond help, right? Sir, sorry, sir, I'm still little. She stumbled on the words. I can't. We have really upset this little girl, and I'm very, very uncomfortable with what we've managed to do. Don't worry, little girl. Got a bit carried away there. Let's get back up out of this. Aha. She nodded enthusiastically, obviously relieved. That's enough questions about romance. You need to be in school. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help my mum keep this place running. Isn't going to school more important? School is stupid. You're not going to be there. What is school anyway? Isn't school more important? Mum says Steph should do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette. How's the business going? Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being... She looks over her shoulder. Cursed. Cursed in what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say that no businesses have ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... She's looking for the right word. Ass up? She blushes. I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so. I should probably look into this. We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here. Lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. Yes, she chirps. Please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. What do you know about the other failed businesses? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. She looks a bit disappointed. I don't really know what's there. How does this curse manifest itself? It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when you were talking about different types of books. But Kim, the plasmic manifestations. No such thing. The lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious. I think you just assaulted that child. Like, that should have been illegal for how abusive it was. I was just trying to tell a story. The girl looks back and forth between you two. Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Enough about the curse for now. Annette looks at your shaved, prickly chin. It distinctly contrasts with the oily mutton chops that surround it. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Okay, I'm going to do something now. Oh, we failed an 83%? What is this, XCOM? I can introduce anything. Our morale is critical. We're not dead though, right? Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions one has, police officers eating them all up now. You're still coming up with senses and stepping right to Sarian. Fuck. I'm done. No one even likes cops. Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred, he says with a sad half smile. Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Rip. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. That's exactly what we did last time.